Train the muscles, not the joints. All right, so here I am. I'm gonna be going to do some vlogging here. I'm gonna go out to the forest. I gotta do some work out there. I gotta do some video out there. So ultimately, yeah, I'm gonna be vlogging on this 70D camera, and low light performance isn't quite as good as you can see. But at the same time, hey, at least it's gonna get the job done, right? That's the whole point. All right, so today I'm going up to the forest to do some videos for my other channel, and yeah, I'll get a coffee before I go, and yeah, hopefully I don't get eaten. It's nice to go up in the woods. Anyway, this is a crappy camera because my other camera, the lens got messed up, so now for vlogging reasons I'm going to use my cheaper camera because I just can't afford to be replacing cameras. And I'll get some of the footage of me going up there anyway, and then I got a train later on today. All right, so I'm going to do a video up in the forest there, one of the videos from my other channel. And yeah, I'll explore around a little bit too. We'll see how it goes. A lot of mosquitoes out here. This might have been a bad idea. Yeah, there's a ton of mosquitoes out here. It's actually kind of crazy how many mosquitoes can be in one place at one time. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna take a look down here again. We're back, so I'll show you. All right, so just bear in mind here, I'm a one-man show, trying to control the camera and carry my chairs and equipment all at the same time here, so yeah, this is a little bit challenging. I don't know how Casey Neistat does this shit. Try and find this trail, kind of see what I'm doing here. Here's the river we crossed the other day. So actually, you know what? This might be the nice place to sit right here. Probably gonna do this. I'll sit right here because I got too much crap to carry. So. So that went pretty good. I think I got a pretty good video going there. The topic of the video today was a topic of not taking success and failure of life so seriously. Don't try to find your joy in that. Find your joy in the joy itself inside you. You know, that was the basis of that video. And I know that I don't talk about this stuff a lot on this channel because I'm talking more about bodybuilding and the relationship with the body. But in the end, really what I'm doing with all of my channels and all of my work is helping you with the relationship with you. Because when you have a relationship that is harmonious with you, then there are a lot less conditions around your happiness. And that's really so important. You want to let go of all those conditions you have on your own happiness, and then realize that when you let go of the conditions, then happiness springs forth as your natural state. So anyway, that's what I was talking about today. All right, let's get out of here. Getting eaten alive by mosquitoes out here. It's been brutal. I can't believe actually how bad it is. But you know, it's summertime. It's supposed to happen like that, especially in the woods, right? But well, you know, it's the price I pay to make a good video. Yeah, that's what you gotta do. You gotta have the nice woods. Yeah, I haven't given blood in a long time, so maybe I'll go this way. Oh, that's not the way. As you can hear from the cracking of sticks. Until I'm not going the right direction here. All right, I made it. Kind of. I think I went the wrong way. Okay, so it's pretty late right now. I'm going to the gym. I did some editing, and yeah, I had to do a bunch of editing basically, and get my footage together. Had a nap, had something to eat, some chicken breast and rice. And yeah, I will go again now to the gym, and this time it will go better than yesterday, because yesterday was a disaster. Yeah, anyway, hopefully it goes better today. So I'll see you there. Gonna get a coffee before I go to the gym here.
I'll sing it for you.
Hi, can I get a large double please?
Yeah, is that everything?
That's everything. Somebody's voice is changing, I think. It's a late night. It's like almost 11 o'clock. This is an amazingly late workout for me. This is way later than usual. I don't usually go to the gym this late, but sometimes you got to get it in, right? So that's what you got to do. So for those of you that say they can't get their workouts in, well, sometimes it's priority, right? Some people don't want to miss their favorite TV show at this time, so that's why they stay at home. Or other people are like, you know, they gotta vacuum tomorrow or something. So I used to have a friend that actually his main excuse was, I'd be like, why'd you miss the gym today? He goes, well, I want to do a movie later on and I had to vacuum my house. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess there's a couple choices you made there, and you can vacuum and everything, but maybe the movie would have been optional, you know, if the gym was really that important to you. So yeah, priority is such a big thing. You got to make this stuff a priority. If you don't make it a priority, then life will make other things a priority, and then you never get it in. So here I am. This is my story. Thanks for letting me share it with you. Thanks.
There you go.
Thank you. Have a good night. Okay, so here I am at the gym. I'm going to change cameras now. Change to the better camera. I'm hoping it works well since yesterday's accident. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to do some arms tonight. I'm going to do some shoulders, bis and tris. A little bit of calves as well, and then I was thinking about doing some legs and stuff, but I'm probably just going to save that for tomorrow because my hamstrings are a little sore. So seeing as they're already sore anyway, I'll pump up the quads tomorrow. I'll do something like leg presses, and usually I like to do leg presses after I do hamstring work from Romanian deadlifts or something like that, because I find it's actually dangerous to squat when you have tight hamstrings. That's when you are more apt to injure your lower back, right? Because when the hamstrings are tight, they pull on the lower back, and then it makes it harder for the lower back to keep or maintain its arch or proper position. So just as a rule of thumb, if you do find that you have you know, tweaked your back a lot, make sure that you're not actually doing your back, make sure that you're not doing your leg workout. I knew you're gonna show up. I knew it after, because I watched your video tonight. I knew you were gonna show up. That's hilarious. Anyway, he has a YouTube channel. Anyway, I'll put the link down below if you guys want to see it. Bottom line is, don't squat if you have tight hamstrings, because that's when your back will be more liable to get messed up. So if you're gonna squat, just make sure your hamstrings are recovered. And usually if I find that my hamstrings are a little tight, then I will do something like a lunge or a one-legged squat, or I will do leg presses or some type of machine movement and make sure that my hamstrings are at least mostly recovered by the time I actually decide to squat again. Okay, so that's just a fitness tip for you there. That's gonna save your lower back, and yeah, trust me on that one. All right, so I'm gonna be doing some 135 for shoulder press, and I'm gonna try to get 40 reps. We'll see what I can do here. So, lots of reps, lots of reps. That's how it's done. All right, let's see if I can do this again. Even better. You'll notice that I'm shooting this with a different lens than yesterday, or than the last workout I shot. Another set, high reps. Those of you who are tuning in for the first time are probably wondering why I'm not locking out at the top and why I'm not stretching out all the way down at the bottom. Well, it all boils down to strategic range of motion. I'm trying to hit that front delt. So when I lock out at the top, I start to overstrain the neck. I start to also bring in some rotator cuff and tricep. And my goal is to hit the delts. I want the delts to hit failure so that way they are forced to adapt. Now, if I overstretch on the bottom, there's a point to where my delts are stretched and then they no longer can stretch anymore, and now it's the joint taking the stretch. And I don't want that, because you don't want to put extra mileage on the joints. You want to keep all that mileage on the muscles. All right, one more set for good measure. I went from shoulder press to lateral raises, and I'd have to say lateral raises aren't my favorite movement for triceps. They are effective for the side delts and everything, but they're not my favorite movement. I like the shoulder press, and I do like the bent over lateral raises, and anything to do with rear delts, actually. That's probably my favorite thing to do for shoulders. I don't know why, it just seems like I get more delt roundness from that. You also get a lot of neck involvement when you're doing lateral raises, and also if you do have some sort of shoulder instability like I do from the hockey injury I received years ago, sometimes when you're doing the lateral raise, a lot of other muscles start to come in to compensate, such as the bicep to stabilize the shoulder and so forth. So it just depends on personal preference, depends on your history, injury history, all this kind of stuff. That will all make a difference in what your favorite exercise is, but I have to say rear delts are my absolute favorite to work when it comes down to shoulders. So here I'm warming up for biceps, doing some incline curls, and you can see that I'm experimenting with my form. I'm doing a little bit of a hybrid of hammer curl and incline curl, and then sometimes I'm going back to incline curl. So this is kind of how you can test your ranges of motion out. You can test what movements seem to really hit different parts of the body. It's really important for you to kind of change things around, tweak things in your exercise a little bit, just to see what actually affects what. And of course I like to do light workouts as well lately. I've been doing a lot of light, high rep workouts and getting a really good pump from that, but I do feel the need now to start doing a little bit of heavy workouts as well. So like I said, you got to mix this up too. In this particular workout, I'm doing the supinated incline curl, but I find that doing the pronated incline curl works really well as well. And the difference is that when you pronate, you'll start to work a lot of the bicep that doesn't cross the shoulder joint. So that does change the dynamic of the entire exercise. So it's good to do both. I like to change it back and forth. So lately I've been messing around with the pronated one. So you'll see that in a future workout. So after doing a few heavier sets, I decided to go down lighter just to get some more reps out, and at the same time just hit the different muscle fibers. Sometimes I vary the weight in the actual workout itself. I don't just stick to one weight and just one rep range. Sometimes I'll do a variety of rep ranges depending on how I feel, right? So I'm doing a supinated incline curl here, and then I finished off with a few reps of pronated curl just to extend the set. You can see on the pronated curls that I externally rotated the arms on those, but you don't have to do that. That's just another variation you can experiment with.
Okay, last set of biceps, and then I'm gonna do a little bit of triceps here. It's the first time I've done just an arm workout in a long time. Usually I'm always doing chest, back, or legs with it, but just doing a lower volume. I'm not doing super high volume tonight either. But like I said, it's a pumper. I'm trying to get a workout in. I don't want to be here up all night.
Finishing off this arm workout with some triceps, and I'm starting off with some flat skull crushers. So somebody asked me in the live chat the other day. Yes, I am still doing the live chats once in a while, so just stay tuned. Make sure you click the notifications down below right beside the subscribe button, just so you get notifications when I upload a video or if I'm going live, okay? So in case you guys are missing that. So once in a while I am going to jump on and do a live chat, okay? So anyway, the other day somebody asked me about skull crushers, and they said, do you have to do incline, or incline skull crushers is my favorite. And the thing is that I like doing the incline because you do stretch the long head of the tricep, but you can also stretch the long head of the tricep by doing the flat skull crusher if you do bring the elbows more towards the top of the head instead of just pointing straight up towards the ceiling. So as you see, sometimes I will try to get an extra stretch. After doing a few reps, then I'll try to bring those elbows back a bit just to stretch that long head of the tricep out. But really, variation. It's really important to do different variations. So I like the incline, I like the decline, I like the flat. It's not like there's one that's more right than the other. It's just each one will hit different heads of the tricep. So it's important for you to include that variation in your training program. You'll also see that I've chosen to do some pretty high reps for triceps, and I find that I get the best benefit from higher reps with tricep training. It's probably because I get so much lower rep tricep training when I'm doing bench presses and things, but I do like to do some higher reps for triceps. It seems like I get a better pump and better activation because sometimes the tricep does pull on the shoulder, and because my shoulders are a little unstable, sometimes the shoulders will start to move, and if I use too heavy a weight, I actually lose that mind-muscle connection with the tricep. So I do like to stay mostly with, 20 to 30 to 35 reps for tricep skull crushers. You'll also notice that I finished off that last set with a little bit of bicep curls. Sometimes I do that just because I find that the feel of the bicep changes when there's a pump in the triceps, and I talked about this before. When you work antagonistic muscles, so bicep and tricep, and you do a superset back and forth, you do get a different feel and sometimes a harder contraction in the bicep. So I like the feel of that. So sometimes I will finish off the set with a bit of bicep curls as well, just to get that extra pump. So as you can see, this workout is a bit out of character for me. Usually I don't do an arm workout, and especially with this many sets, but once in a while it's good to change things up. Sometimes I do higher volume, sometimes I'll just work on a small body part, do a lot more volume for it. It's just a matter of changing things up and getting out of your pattern, because it's so easy to get into one pattern of training and then you never try anything new. So this is why I do this. Sometimes I will shock the system through higher volume or through a different type of workout altogether. So don't be afraid to do that from time to time.
Superset. Okay, now I'm gonna finish it off with the pump and stretch principle. So I pumped up the triceps there, and I even did a little bit of giant sets there, as you saw with some biceps. And now I'm gonna do some overhead dumbbell extensions, right? 2 dumbbells at once, high reps, right? So just to get that extra stretch in there. I'm getting some great results with this in the triceps lately. So. As you notice, I've been doing a lot of 20 to 40 rep sets, sometimes 45 reps. I've been doing quite a bit of reps today, but it's been working, right? So.
To finish off the workout, I did some calves, and what I've been doing lately is just the one-legged calf raise and a super high reps, so 100 reps to 120 or 130 reps per leg. I'm not sure how many reps I got tonight. I'm not going to count for you. Okay, so if you guys want to count, you can count, but I can't remember. So it was around 90 reps or 100 reps or something like that. But it burns like crazy, and I noticed that I'm getting a lot of development in my calves from it. I find that high reps for calves just seems to work for some reason. I don't know why, but it seems to be working for me lately. Maybe just because I just haven't been training calves a lot, and so now I'm just doing it more frequently. So just the frequent training itself is causing some sort of adaptation in the calf muscle. So yeah, that's why it's great to change your reps up. Do high reps, do low reps, just see, because you'll notice that some body parts will respond better to high reps than low reps and vice versa. So you'll only know this through experimentation. So keep changing those rep ranges up and see how your body responds. So I did 3 sets of that with each leg, and 3 sets is more than enough. Trust me, if you go deep into failure, 3 sets is more than enough, especially with those high rep calf raises. So one thing I like about it is that it's really convenient because you don't need a machine or anything. You can do it anywhere. You can even do it at home if you have a staircase at home, or if you have some stairs or steps or something like that. Don't be afraid to try it out. So thanks a lot for watching. And just so you guys know, I did start a Patreon account. If you guys want to support my channel, support the work that I'm doing, just go to my Patreon page. The link is down below. And if you need to get a hold of me, just go to naturallandbodybuilding.com, and take care for now.
Well, time to close this place up. So I'm the last guy, so I gotta lock up. Good workout though. Good workout. And good I have my keys, so that's a good thing.